Welcome back to Two Keys in a Pod. I'm Shantiana Keys.
And I'm Andriana Keys.
And if you're watching the video, you see that we are holding these little baby lav mics. And it's a little raggedy. And I actually hate when I see people do this online. But it's all that we had. And we had to record because look who's back in the States. Nothing to say?
No. Good to be home.
What's the first thing you did when you got back?
I went to eat wings. I went to American Deli.
Yes, I had to pick her up, which if you're picking people up from the international side of the airport, just know, be late, okay? Because I waited an hour for her outside.
You got to go through customs, and you got to get bags from baggage claim. So, yes, you should always arrive late. I think there was one time where I needed my mom to pick me up on time, and she was late. So, but all the other times, yeah, be late, because I'm going to be late.
Okay, well, I now know that was my first time picking you up, and probably the last time. But, yeah, we will start with our first topic, which is the Super Bowl is coming up. I know I sent you that Super Bowl commercial. It had Mary J. Blige, Eminem.
Yeah.
Was it Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg? Okay. I know your response was a little like, well, you can tell the people. Tell the people how you felt about it.
I said something about Mary J. Blige.
Okay, that's not what I was talking about. But
what else did I say?
No, you did say Auntie Mary or something like that. But like, of all the things that happened in that commercial, I don't know why you were dogging Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, that's Auntie Mary, and I don't know. Out of everybody, I just felt like, okay, we got her again. I don't know.
Okay, but of all those people, like, I don't frankly care to see Dr. Dre.
I mean, true, but I don't know. I think now, because I just keep seeing them put her places or whatever, like, have you seen that? I don't know if it's like a meme or like some type of...
Do the move.
I don't even know how to do it, but she's going like this. That's all I can see. So, yeah.
No, I understand that. But, yeah, no, I thought the commercial was done really well. I personally don't watch the NFL, so, and purposefully don't watch NFL. Not that I even like football, like, let's be honest. But I avoid the NFL for all the foolishness that has occurred in recent years. So I felt away because I do want to see this halftime show, which obviously was designed like that. I think Jay-Z is a part of making all that stuff happen, but I don't know. I feel away. I'm going to probably just catch it on Twitter, immediately after it happens because I don't think I'll be watching. Will you be watching?
Oh, most likely not. When is it?
Exactly. Look at us. This is not a football.
Either way, yes, I won't be watching it because I'm going to be back overseas and most likely not even thinking about the Super Bowl or what time it is and all that stuff. I'll probably be sleeping. So,
and that's the thing. Like, I'm a social football watcher, or I was at a given time in my life. So I went for the food and I went for the, hanging out with my friends. And I would want to do that for Super Bowl. But because NFL is on some mess, I won't be doing that. But speaking of actual mess in the NFL, Brian Flores is suing the NFL and a couple of teams that he felt like he got discriminated against in the interview process. Did you check that out?
I did see that.
Yeah.
And I want to say before we even get into that is I used to love football. And then I got into college and the games were way too long. And I hated it. So now I don't even watch football anymore for real. So, but anyways, yes, I did see that. Yikes. Yeah. He started Black History Month off strong. Right. But it was a lot of stuff that they were talking about and stuff that he was bringing up that I was like, oh, wow, they really wild like this. Like right. Paying to lose and all this other stuff that he was talking about.
Right. Yeah. The owner asking him to tank the season basically to get a better option in the draft.
Yeah.
And he felt like, no, that's his integrity. He's trying to win games. And I'm sure he knows that black coaches are going to have a harder time rebounding from losses. You don't get more opportunities at the end of the day. Like, you don't get to hop back in the rehiring cycle. So I'm sure he was thinking about that as well. I saw in one of the articles that said that the NFL, it cites the NFL is like a plantation, a slave plantation, which I was like, okay, we coming in with some heat, okay.
Oh, he's gonna air it all out, I'm sure. And then it looked like other black coaches are on board and like siding with him and stuff, so that's good.
Right. Which I didn't know that there's only one black coach in the NFL. I mean, head coach in the NFL.
I guess the Steelers one, right? Yes, he's been there, so I do know that. That is the only thing I probably know.
Okay, yeah, because I was skimming some articles. I'm like, wait a second, one, and obviously there are black coaches throughout the league, but, the head coaching roles, which is true of any sport at this point, the head coaches are predominantly white. Football has had the Rooney Rule, and that's one of the grievances that Brian Flores brings up, is that he was used to kind of satisfy the, bring one black person in as an interviewee. He felt like he was, I don't want to say unfairly brought in, but he didn't feel like he actually had an opportunity to get the job. So, but he is taking a hit. He's going to take a hit as he's the one who puts his neck out there, and he's probably not going to get a job. I mean, we saw that with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Or they might be like, all right, please, if you shut up, we'll shut up. That might happen too. Who knows?
We may not need to hold our breath about that. Speaking of some other things in sports leagues that are feeling a little bit unjust or at least being called out, your girl Liz Cambage coming in hot this week. I say that sarcastically.
I know.
The people don't know that. But yeah. We've just had some issues with Liz Cambage over the past. She just kind of speaks out of turn sometimes, doing a little much. But yeah, you want to tell them what she had going on this week?
She just said something about how the WNBA coaches are getting a max deal. I mean, Becky Hammon, who just got there, left from the Spurs, is now there in the WNBA, is getting $1 million a year, right? So Liz Cambage just spoke out about that and said how as a head coach can get this, but you got some superstars that they max deals, I don't know how much it is, but so she spoke out, and I guess it caused a lot of commotion, and I'm sure the WNBA wasn't happy about it. So. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. But she's not a stranger to speaking out or just speaking her mind in general. The exact tweet is, yes, at WNBA, where a head coach can get paid 4 times the highest paid player's supermax contract. LMAO, and y'all think I'm going to spend another season upgrading my seat on a flight to get to games out of my own pocket. I feel like there's a lot there, because I didn't realize they were upgrading their own seats. Same. Okay. That being the first thing, which I guess makes sense. Like, if you don't want to sit in the back and coach, you want to upgrade. Like, she's also like, what, 6'9"?
I don't know actually how tall she is. Is she really 6'9"?
She's 6'8", 6'9", okay. Yeah. So, what if she's not getting the exit row? Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. No, it is weird to see an entire WNBA team in the airport. I think I've seen them in the Atlanta airport before, and yeah, just kind of shocked. Yeah. It's a strange sight to see, especially when you see college teams chartering around the country. Mm-hmm. I think it's crazy. Well, I've always liked the WNBA too, because a lot of them speak out about whatever, and a lot of the times they're right about just the inequality. And so,
girl, I saw for the NWSL, I think it was NWSL, the Rookie of the Year got a gift card.
Oh, look, I'm over here like, what's that? Okay.
Get it together. No, but she got a gift card.
Oh, to where?
Does it matter? Does it matter where the gift card came from? And it was like a very low amount for her to be the rookie.
Ooh, they probably gave her like a couple hundred.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably it.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's bad. But I know that they were talking about Liz Cambage shouldn't have said that, Becky Hammon, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it wasn't a hit to Becky Hammon. It was to the WNBA saying y'all need to do better about this situation. Right. So,
which is true. I'm not sure that there are other leagues where the coaches are getting paid like that, except for the NCAA, getting paid ridiculous amounts of money, and that's not a professional league, I guess, NCAA, but y'all get my point. So yeah, I mean, it is strange. it's strange that the best players in the world are not even going to get a fraction of what a head coach is going to. But those are the strides that this women's league's going to have to overcome, just like every other one of them. Like they've all got things they got to work on. I know the NWSL just got a new CBA as of recently, and Dennis Rodman's daughter, which I should not say it like that. Trinity Rodman is her name. Trinity Rodman got $1 million contract, so that's a big deal.
Dang.
It's not $1 million a year; it's like $250,000 a year. But I mean, for women's soccer, like that's a big deal.
Is she still in college or she's out?
She's out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Making strides, but there's a lot to be done. Are there any free agency, since we're on the WNBA, any free agency things that pop out to you or that were on your timeline?
Brianna Stewart signing that one, I think it's a Supermax, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But either way, it's 1 year. So she's probably, planning to play this last year with Sue and then take her talents elsewhere. So that'll be interesting.
New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine it's not New York because her family's from Syracuse. But that being said, Stephanie Dolson is at New York right now.
Right.
Sabrina, I'm assuming, will still be there.
Right.
Like, that could be a problem.
That could. And also, we talking about money. Where's the money coming from when this happens?
Yeah. Well, Brianna's not going to be hurting for league money. That's for sure.
I mean, she's not because she goes overseas and makes bank.
I don't even know if she's going overseas anymore.
Well, she didn't this year. Her name was on the roster, so I don't know what happened. Maybe from the injury.
You're right. Because she's on that, super team.
Yeah. Ekaterinburg, I want to say, but yeah. Look, yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't think she'll ever be hurting for money, and she's one of the most endorsable people in the league. So before we move on, Sylvia Fowls is retiring.
Yeah.
I've seen people talking about whether or not, or just how Sue's journey is going to be wrapped up in this league versus Sylvia's, like how it's going to be covered by the media. I mean, I think there's a lot to be said about that. Sue obviously one of the faces of the league, but Sylvia has accomplished a lot, and just the same as Simone Augustus really didn't get that sort of nice farewell. It's going to be uneven.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The WNBA will post about it. LSU will. Yeah. The Lynx will, and maybe that's about it for real because they haven't plastered her face all over like they have Sue. Everybody knows, Sue Bird. Right. Her face has literally been on the internet, on TV for the past 2 years,
Right.
So
that's true.
Younger people or people who don't even pay attention to the WNBA go know, that's Sue Bird. Sylvia Fowles, crazy accomplishments, right? USA team, all this stuff, and will not get the same, like you said.
But that's also, again, on the media or in the league in general, right? It's always going to be the white woman who looks like the girl next door that is going to be more endorsable, right? She's more easily accepted. And frankly, Sue's not even that. She's Megan Rapinoe's fiance, so she's not the most marketable person. I mean, I think in 2022 she is, right? If this were 2010, no, that wouldn't be the case. But I think it'll be interesting to watch. Speaking of the Lynx, though, I feel like as I continue to see people who were around Maya Moore retire,
hang it up.
Adriana is adamant she's not coming back. I just don't feel it right in my spirit that it's just going to fizzle out like this.
See, but that's what Sylvia Fowles said. That's why she came back one more year, because she didn't want to because she would peace out, after this last season, and that'd be it. But she wanted the fans to see her, this is my last one. I'm done. Y'all know it. Boom.
So you're saying Maya's not going to do that? I mean, Lauren Jackson's coming back, 41 years old. Maya, if you ever hear this, if anyone knows Maya, let her know. We're big fans, and we would really like to see her play just one more time.
Oh my gosh. She probably still got it too. But yes, the Lauren Jackson thing is actually wild to me.
Right.
Because she hasn't played in how long? So I don't think they released that she's coming back to the WNBA, but she's playing at home in Australia right now, or will be. Okay. So you can kind of assume, like, okay, maybe she's practicing because she about to come play in the WNBA with Sue 1 year. That's my thought process. Who knows? I could be way off, but
that would be crazy. All right, moving on to some more pop culture news. Rihanna is pregnant. It hit the internet, broke the internet a couple of days ago. What were your immediate reactions?
Not shocked, because didn't we know that she was pregnant already?
There was rumor.
There was a picture before, and you could tell she was pregnant. So that's why I was like,
you can never trust those pictures.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, okay, cool. She finally said something.
I thought Beyonce was pregnant for 2 years.
I definitely, yes, I was one of them. I just knew she was pregnant. I knew it. But, yeah, not shocked, but it's just funny reading everybody's things. Like, all the guys is like, I'm done. Like, crying. Like, I'm in the bathroom throwing up. Like,
check on Drake. That was more so my thought. I just don't know how I feel about A$AP Rocky. I'm going to be honest. I know he had some weirdo things to be said earlier. I don't know if it was about dark-skinned women. I don't know. There were just some weird comments that had been made or people had heard, and so I just felt a way about it.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, so I can't. Right. I have no clue.
So this is a thing that happens to me. I hear a thing about you, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I understand who you are a little bit. You know, maybe not one particular thing, but like if you do a horrible thing, I have an idea of you in my mind. It doesn't matter 10 years from now. When I hear your name, I all of a sudden get this feeling that you are a little weird, and then I just don't bother. So anyways, all that being said, I hope Rihanna is happy. She looked happy in her photos, so, you know, don't let your friends talk you out of a man, I guess, is the...
Don't let them talk you out of a weirdo, is what she's getting at, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, if you don't think he's a weirdo, then I guess whatever. Have a baby by him.
Hey, we just want another album, Rihanna. We don't care about nothing else.
Hey, listen, no, facts. But I'm gonna let you know that that's not happening anytime soon.
I know.
There was rumor about that too, that there was an album coming. Remember?
Because I think she said it. Remember, she came and said something like that, and never happened. We got more Fenty.
Have you been buying the Fenty?
Yes.
Okay. So she's like, look, take this little bronzer and go about your business. The Winter Olympics are coming up, I believe, next week. Are you looking forward to any events? Obviously, we had the 2020 Olympics happen last year, a year late, and I'm a big Olympic fanatic. What are you looking forward to from the Olympics? Or are you at all?
I will not be watching this. I couldn't even tell you a single event. Besides, I'm sure they're going to be skiing. Like...
They will indeed be skiing.
Like, I have no idea what the Olympics hold. Oh, figure skating.
Figure skating's a big one. Speed skating. That should be an interesting one.
Okay. The thing where they, like, push the...
Curling.
That. Yeah. But yeah, I won't be watching any of it. I know that when maybe a couple weeks ago we had an away game, and I think the pre-Olympics or something like that they were having was on the screen, and so my teammates was talking about it, and you know it's more popular with them, so they were just talking about what was going on and kind of teaching me some stuff. But I'm like, oh, is America? I'll just be like, is America any good at this?
Like, Americans, we only care about us. We truly do. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how they cover it. And then, of course, the ones like that you mentioned that are more popular that I'm definitely going to tune into. And I always like to see what they're wearing for the opening ceremonies because it's always interesting how they pick the fits. Oh,
yeah. I saw something today on Instagram, and it was like the Canadians and the Americans. I think it's just like two girls from each, and had they outfits on, and the Americans, it wasn't cute, and the Canadians, it was really cute. They had like a vest with some boots and some leggings. I don't know, it was a cute fit.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, it's sometimes a hit or miss, or some pieces of it look cool. Some people can pull it off, some people don't. I do want to see how the athletes we're going to see, like on TikTok. Remember, like this Olympics, you had players or you had athletes who were like going viral on TikTok while they were over in the Olympics. whether it be like cardboard beds or them just like doing dances with other people in the villages and stuff like that. I'll be interested to see if it's as big for the Winter Olympics.
I think it will be, because I think people are going to do anything that can get them to go viral. So if they can think of something, they will be doing it.
Come on, somebody. Listen, I'm looking to go viral. So. Oh, I don't know if TikTokers are making a lot of money. I just recently joined, so, you know.
And that's the thing, too. I don't think anymore, and I could probably say it for a lot of people don't care about the fame from it. They want that money from it.
Coins.
Yes.
Coins. Well, because we all were at home these last 2 years, whether we're working or going to work. It just put into perspective, like, easy money is a lot better.
Yeah.
But TikTok, Black History Month, they had the nerve to have a hashtag Black TikTok and like a banner about it. And I did see Courtney Taylor, she's on Insecure, and she posted like she felt the way about it. And I did too. I mean, I'm new to TikTok, so I don't know the ins and outs of how Black creators don't go viral the same way that white creators do. All I know is Charlie D'Amelio and Renegade, that stolen property, that story. And I imagine that happens a lot. You've been on TikTok a lot longer than me. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about that?
Well, actually, I didn't know about the hashtag until I saw your post about it.
Okay.
Because I get in these moments of TikTok, like it'll be like I'll be on it for a while, and then I get in a little bit to where I just don't get on it, because I just be like, okay, this is so boring, or like something happens to where I'm like not interested,
right,
in going to watch people do silly stuff.
Well, okay, I guess it depends on what your algorithm is, because mine lately has been people just talking about like these long stories. And so I'm probably liked a few of them. And like now I'm just hearing about stupid stuff from people with no followers. I'm like, who are these random people in Georgia that I don't care to listen to? Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure that out.
Maybe it's because you probably haven't been on long enough. You got to start watching more stuff.
I think the funniest, it's that, and it's a lot of activism type stuff, which is good. I probably like some of it. But, I do get on for Kiki's, too. So, I need...
They no, we know who you are. You be on Instagram. We know who you are.
We know exactly what you're looking for.
Jeez. No, yeah, I mean, it is like that. And that's why you see a lot of people now that give credit. So if it's a dancing thing or wherever they got it, they'll be credit, and then they'll put the ad. So, I didn't make this. She did or he did. And that's where it came from, But usually they have this thing where it's if there's a sound at the bottom or something, you can click it and see which.
You talking to me I'm not on TikTok.
Oh, well, anybody who doesn't know. But yeah, I think the hashtag it's like everything else. Of course, this is how this is, of course. I'm not shocked by it at all. But I do think that, yes, TikTok is white.
Very white. But it's a Chinese company, but I mean, everything's white, frankly. But let's just hope, since it's hashtag Black TikTok, according to TikTok this month, hopefully we have some Black creators who get their just due.
Look, this your time to go viral. It's probably going to happen this month.
You're right. So we got to get brainstorming.
Get the content out.
Get the content.
I never have content until I'm overseas, because I just be so bored that's when
like I told y'all, I know exactly when she's bored, because her face is beat.
I'm either doing makeup or dance or just some trend that I see. I love the basketball ones, but obviously I'd really do those over here, not over there. So.
Well, you will be back overseas. Valentine's Day is coming up, so that's unfortunate for you. You guess be alone, but don't worry, I'll be here alone too. Shout out to all the single people. February 14th. It's just another day, y'all. Okay.
You single every other day too, so
Amen.
The 14th doesn't matter.
Amen. But I will probably take myself out to eat. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea what.
Or treat myself. It may not be go out to eat. I don't know. I'll do that, but I'll treat myself. I'll treat it as a treat yourself day. I've been talking to a lot of friends lately about dating apps, and I just can't actually do the dating app because people are weird out here. And I just don't know where you meet people if you don't get on a dating app.
Some people have that to where they just go out. And when they go out, that's when they go and meet people and just start talking to random strangers. I feel like it's the same, like kind of like a dating app when you do it that way. Like it's still you just going out. I don't know. They're like, you got to put yourself out there.
Oh, I know.
Go get in somebody's DMs.
Mom says that. Like, how you gonna meet somebody if you don't go anywhere? And it's like, well, I mean, you raise a good point, but there's a pandemic. 2, I just enjoy my house a lot. Yeah. And there's that. And then, like I said, but I would rather meet somebody more organically rather than on an app. Even though I have a lot of friends who have gotten married after meeting somebody on an app. So,
same.
Teach their own. But have a great February 14th, everybody. Valentine's Day. Another made-up holiday. Okay, our last segment. I want you to share something that you've seen on the internet recently since our last show that you enjoyed, that you liked. Because everything's on the internet. All we do is search the internet.
Right.
My screen time is like way up recently. So is there something that you have seen online that you like?
So there's a lot of stuff that I've probably liked or like cute little TikTok trends or something, but I don't know when the timeline was for them. But one thing I do like, Russ had, and shout out to him because he went to the same high school that we did.
Yes. Hometown hero. I
yes.
guess.
Yes, or whatever. He came out with a new song called Remember. And he had TikTok takes over, right? So he had put something up on TikTok and said, y'all duet this. And a bunch of people duetted him. And a girl made part of, her own lyrics or whatever. And he saw it and fell in love with it. And then he put her on his remix. Like, that's crazy to me. And he can do that because he's got his own label and everything. But it was just like, dang, he could change this girl's life just from that.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
But it's also as fleeting as social media. I don't want to go down the buzzkill path, but I have thought about like how quickly people become famous now, and then how quickly they are no longer relevant. Like the 15 seconds or 15 minutes of fame feels like 15 seconds of fame at this point. Like you go viral. You try to maintain whatever that viral thing is, and then like if you can't, you just kind of fizzle out. All right, that was buzzkill.
While she's thinking, I will say that women's college basketball has been amazing this year. Yes. So if you do not watch, you're missing a lot of good games, and I'm sure they'll only get even better because they're coming towards like conference tournaments and stuff. So it's been some good basketball.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. The biggest thing to me, like, okay, so I was working for a basketball company and we go to the Final Four, and I was so excited the year that it got canceled. I mean, that to me was going to be the year like with the most parity. You had South Carolina were they number one? Sabrina and Oregon were one of the favorites. You had some teams that were going to give them a real run for it. Might have been Baylor. I can't remember. But there were some big teams that year. And we were like, oh, shoot, this will be the most parity. And now this year, I actually do feel like this is legit probably the most parity. Like, South Carolina is very good, without a doubt. But we've seen in the SEC so far, like, they can be challenged for sure. So, I don't know. I'm excited for the tournament. And so, you make a good point. Make sure y'all are watching college basketball. I'm going to just choose... you posted this reel yesterday. Just basically that, you may be feeling lost right now, but like life would be boring if you had it all figured out. And that, you just kind of take it day by day and things will shake out one way or the other. So I thought that was a really good reel. I don't even know who posted it. Do you? Lenny? Something you...
Yeah, I don't know. I found it through another story. Somebody else posted it.
Well, sucks for y'all. You will never know where it is. Well, let me just go look right now.
Yeah, you can find it. It's cute.
It's Lenny, Lennie. But yeah, it's just about mental health and, moving forward. Yeah, it's really good. It's a nice little ghost giving you some advice. So check it out. you know, it's a mess. Life is a mess, and we're all just trying to figure it out. So that's basically the premise, that, you know, you will find your way through, and just a little encouragement. So any lasting thoughts before we wrap it up?
Nope. Keep listening to our podcast.
Right. Listen, 2 keys in a pod. Hottest thing out.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. The best podcast on the internet. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next month. I think we're gonna do these monthly, probably. She will be back overseas, so you know.
It won't look as